Alright, so hello everyone, hello YouTube. So welcome back to our free CCNA series for 2025. So our topic today is going to be really important because this topic is something that it's still widely used on every network right now. So our topic would be ACL or access control list. So in network on security perspective, so it's a way for us to secure two networks. Okay, so let's say we have this one network A, and that network A probably connected with network B, network C, network D. So how can we use our ACL to implement security mechanism for network A? So let's say this network A, this is where certain servers are connected. So and that server might be critical. So you only would like to choose which part of the network or which user can access this specific critical servers. But let's say that network A, there are users connected to it as well. So you need to make sure that those users will still be able to connect outside. And we can and by using ACL, we can just filter which team, which IPs will be able to connect to that specific server. So this one, it's much more easier to explain this topic once we apply it in our lab. But just take note of these two terms. So we have standard and extended ACL. So for standard ACL, it's ranging from 1 to 99. It's the same with VLAN. It's like the variables used to name that specific rule. And we have 1,300 to 1,999. So this would be the standard ACL. So initially we only have 1 to 199, but Cisco decided or think that 99 or 100 these rules would not be enough if you have much more bigger network. And we have extended ACL, which range from 100 to 199, and the other range would be 2,000 to 2,699. The main difference from this two is that standard ACL only check the source of that communication, while the extended would be source, destination, and even the port numbers are added towards it. And the inbound and outbound rules, so this is something that we're going to set up on the interface itself. Okay, so let's go to our lab. So this will be our lab. It's something that we use for NAT. So the only important thing for this one is that first can I clear here? Okay, it's not working. Anyway, so let's do the initial checking first. Let's ping the 192.168.1.3. So that's a user setup, and the server would be 1.10, and the other server would be 1.11. Okay, so right now this network is able to communicate with this network, all of its devices. And let's say this is a DNS server, this is like a HR, like HR or for human resource. And let's say we don't have any HRIS is like a server for HR team to manage the payroll, the management, the payment for the employees. And let's say this network doesn't have any part of the HR team, but they need to communicate with certain department to this one. So let's say this user should only communicate with user 1, but cannot communicate with database server, and cannot connect with HRIS as well. Okay, so what we can do, we can go to the main campus. Remember, for the standard ACL, we can only configure the source. So I decided to just configure our ACL or access control list on our source, or where that that destination we need to block it. Okay, so let's say enable It's a simple command, so you have to go to the global configuration, and on the global configuration we need to set up the ACL, so access list. And if you type question mark, you can see the range from here. So let's say we're going to create an access list number 18, and then we have to permit first, like permit 192.168.1.3. Oh, let's say this is a specific host, so host 192.168.1.3. And this, since this is host, you just have to enter it, and that's basically /32 or that host alone. And we can also create access list, same number 18. Now deny. So for deny, since we only have 3 network here, but this is not the best approach to do this, but I just like to show you how can we deny traffic for all of the networks. So deny IP 192.168.1.0 network, and going to use the whole subnet for that network, which is /24. So that's 0.0.0.255. And if you go into exit, show access list, you're going to see that I permitted only this one, 1.3, and deny 1.0 network, which is all other IPs from this network aside from this one. Okay, so now let's go to the gig interface. So like I told you, we also need to configure from is the traffic will go out or go in for that network. So for this one, of course, it's going to be interface gig 00, and you have to apply the access group, so IP access group with the number 18, and you have to define if it's going out. So it's of course coming from this network A, so that communication would go out of that network, so it's going to be out. Okay, now let's go back to our network. So let's test. So for this network, we have to ping the user IP 1.3, so we're still able to ping it. Now for the database server, so we should not able to ping this now if the access list works. Okay, so as you can see, it's getting request timeout. So initially 1.10, we're able to ping it. Even on the logs from this CMD 1.11, we're also able to ping it as well. So it's the same thing. And if you're going to look at this, just to give you a little information for you to see how it works. So in access list, you can see it here that these are the communication happen for this specific access list. Like for this one, there are 3 matches, so that's the ping that we did a while ago. And for this network, we have 5 matches. That's the ping that we did for 1.10 and 1.11. Okay, just remember that in access list, it's always going to check the first one that you declare. So this will check it first, then if it matches, of course it will apply that rule. If not, it will look for a different rule what to match, and if it matches here, this is a rule that it will use for that communication. That's also the reason why this is still working, because even though that 1.3 is part of 1.0 network /24, right? But this is the first rule that it suffers, so they allow the communication for 1.3 even though that this is connected for this whole network. Okay, so now just to show you the name, we can also put it different way. We could type IP access list, and for this one you can type standard, and then instead of getting the number, you can say critical server, and on the critical server you can, let's say deny, let's say, let's do the other way around. Let's say we're going to allow the database server and the HRIS, so permit host 192.168.1.10, permit host 192.168.1.11, right? Okay, and then configure terminal interface gig 00. IP access group, the name itself, let's say critical server out. Okay, and then let's remove the other access group that we created. So no IP access group 18. Out. Now let's check the configuration. So we've created two IP access lists. So the one would be a standard IP access list name critical server, and the other would be the one that's only number, which is like number 18. I removed the 18 on our interface. So if you're going to see the 00, the only thing that's or 01, wait, 00, where's that IP NAT? That's a okay, let me double check. Configure terminal interface gig 0 access group. Word would be critical server out. Critical server out. So it's already on the access list. So I did not apply the first one, but let's see how it's going to happen. So let's ping this one. So we're able to ping now the server. Now we're able to ping the database server now, but let's see if we can ping the user. Right. So okay, so the one that we're not able to ping would be the one that 3. So if you can check the access list, so show access list, you're going to see that it matches here, it matches here. So even though that we did not deny all traffic for 1.3, so there's like an implicit rule for access list that on the most bottom part here, there's like deny all communication. So that's why even though that we did not put a deny rule for 1.3, we're still not able to ping it from this part of the network. Okay, so that's how we define that's how we apply access list for using number and also the naming as well of the standard list. So that's it, as simple as that. Okay, so thank you again for watching and see you on our next lecture. Goodbye.